everyone, Jessica here from Paper Ink Stamp and welcome back to another video. So today I'm sharing with you some alcohol inks that I recently purchased. So I got these from Amazon. So I picked up a pack of 3 and the colours in here, you've got Sailboat Blue, Citrus and Watermelon. I thought this would be a really good sort of starting point just to have a go at using alcohol inks. I also got a small bottle of the blending solution as well, and I am still waiting for the Yupo paper to come through the post, but I still really wanted to have a go at using these, and I thought I would have a look at some of the other papers, materials and things that I've got just around my craft room and see if you can use those and what kind of results you get. So the first one we're going to have a go at using, this is some glossy photo paper. So I did check online just to see if you can use this, and it says to use the sort of non-shiny side, which is what I'm going to do here. I didn't think, this is probably the one that didn't go very well. It did sort of blend together, but I think sometimes you've just got to have a go and see what works, what doesn't work. I mean, at the end of the day, it's just a little bit of alcohol ink and a little bit of blending solution. So you're not really losing much if this doesn't work. So I've watched a couple of videos. I watched a Tim Holtz video recently as well. So I'm just popping down some of that blending solution and then just adding a little bit of colour. So I haven't ever tried using alcohol inks before. This is literally my first go. So it's really kind of getting used to using them, getting used to how they move, how they work together, sort of putting different colours together and things. I did really enjoy this. Like I said, I am waiting for that Yupo paper, and I'm hoping then with a little bit of practice, you can get some really great results. But what I love about this is it's never going to turn out the same. You're never going to do it wrong. It's just you're going to get different looks. But this here with this glossy photo paper, like I said, I'm doing this on the reverse, and you can see that it's not really working. It's sort of gone through the back, it's then bled through onto my glass mat as well. I'm just going to give it another go, just mixing the red and the blue together. I went with this pack as well because I thought this would be, I need to get a yellow really to be able to mix with all the rainbow colours, but I thought this was a really great starter pack. But I wouldn't say that on this glossy photo paper, for me personally, that this really worked that well. And you can see that I am trying to move the colour around as well. I did look at getting one of those sort of air blowers that they do sell, but I didn't get one of those. I just am still sort of trying it out and seeing if I want to sort of invest in alcohol inks. But I am just using a straw and literally just blowing through it. So the next surface that I'm going to have a go on is this heavyweight acetate. I will pop a bit of white paper underneath this in a second so you can see it. So again, just starting with that blending solution, I then use the citrus and then that sailboat blue. And I think this is probably my favourite one that came out. I thought this worked really, really well. You can see just how lovely those colours do mix together. So you get a little bit of aqua in there, a little bit of teal. I think these are really beautiful. And you could use this for, different kinds of projects. If it's backed onto that white, I think it looks really great. When you've just got it kind of normally, obviously it's a lot darker, but you could create some really interesting projects doing alcohol inks onto acetate. This is heat-proof acetate as well, so I am just using my heat gun. I wanted to see what kind of effect that gave it, and it sort of gave a little bit more texture. But yeah, this is how I imagined using alcohol inks would come out like. And yeah, I'm really happy with these results. So it'll be interesting, like I said, to see what kind of projects we can create using the acetate. I'm just going to cut a little bit of that excess off, and I'm going to have another go, and I'm going to mix together then the watermelon and that sailboat blue. Again, I don't know whether you put the alcohol inks down first and then this blending solution, or the other way round. I guess maybe that's just a bit of preference as well, but I think with things like this, it is just a case of having a go, like I said, just practicing, seeing what happens. I definitely think getting some sort of air blower is definitely better than going through a straw. I think you'll get a little bit more control, and I'm just going back in and adding a little bit more of that blending solution just to help move the colour around, help mix it, and you get this really beautiful purple colour, obviously mixing red and blue together. But again, I think this one has come out really lovely as well. And again, then just getting that little bit of extra texture just by heat setting it. So I really liked how these came out on the acetate. Like I said, so I would say this works really, really well. It's just finding, I think, the right project. I mean, you could pop this onto a card and literally just stick the acetate down. You could have an aperture card and have this kind of, you know, looking through, almost like a bit like stained glass window. But I would definitely say that green and blue to the left, that's probably my favourite sort of result that I got when I was just having a little play. So then again, I sort of just really went through my stash to see what I had lying around. And this is just, this wasn't even in a packet, it was just there. And this is just some regular glossy paper, so it's glossy front and back. And again, I then found this got really great results as well. I don't know if this is maybe a little bit more like what Yupo paper is. I'm not sure. Like I said, I'm still waiting for it to come through the post. I'm not sure what it's actually like. But yeah, I thought this gave really great results as well. The colour moved really nicely. It stayed really nice and vibrant. It didn't kind of come through to the back. And it just meant that you could move that colour around really nicely. Again, you can see where it's mixing to make some of those purple shades as well. So I think this worked really well. So if you do have alcohol inks and you want to just give them a go, I would literally just play, have a look and see what you've got. I also used some, I think it was some Hunky Dory acetate, and it was like patterned acetate, and I used that and gave that a go, and it still worked just like the heavyweight acetate, but then the white details on it, I was hoping the white might still stand out, but it did take on that colour, but that was still a really beautiful look to it. So I think it's just having a play and seeing what works and what doesn't. Here I'm just doing a technique that I seen on again on a Tim Holtz demonstration. He actually put the inks onto his glass mat, and then he did this kind of smushing motion. He did sort of a bit of wiping and things, and I really loved how that's come out as well, because it's just showing it a little bit different. It's coming up in a different way. And I think, again, depending on the type of project that you're doing as to whether that's the right sort of technique for you or not. So the last surface that I'm going to have a go on is, this is just some regular vellum. So again, this is going to be obviously a lot like the acetate, but because you've got that little bit of colour behind it, you do sort of see that vibrancy a little bit more without having to put anything behind it. Again, use that blue and green, and that mixed together really nicely. It did dry really well on here as well. So again, just another surface, like I said, depending on the project that you're creating. I found that this didn't move as freely, because I think this is more of a, I think it more sort of sucked into the vellum probably than what like the glossy paper did, because it's glossy, it's coated, I'd imagine it's going to sit on the surface. That's what allows it to just move around a little bit more. But I felt that this gave you a much more sort of subtle look, a little bit of a softer look. It's kind of blended together nicely. There is no sort of harsh ends to the colour or anything, just a little bit more fluid, I would say. So, like I said, it's really just quite a quick video today. Like I said, because I don't have that Yupo paper yet, it's still coming through the post. But I still wanted to just have a go at using them. Like I said, I've never used alcohol inks before. I was really keen to just have a play, see what I had lying around the craft room, and really then when we get that Yupo paper, have a go at using that, see if it's any different to the glossy paper that I've already got, and really see what kind of projects and cards we can create, you know, using these alcohol inks. I'm really excited to give it another go. So that's it for today's video. Like I said, quite quick, but just a little look at using alcohol inks for the first time. So if you did enjoy this video, please give it a thumbs up and leave me a comment down below. If you haven't subscribed to my channel already, please do so and hit that notification bell so you don't miss out on any future uploads. So thanks very much for watching, and happy crafting.